Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Crazy Cool Me, aka Ursula, and I'm back with the first trimester pregnancy recap. So I will start with how I found out and when I found out. Well, this pregnancy, like the first one, was planned. We did plan this pregnancy, so we were, keeping track with the ovulation. I have the Fitbit app, which came with my Fitbit, so it's really cool where it has on there a little section for your period or your cycle, and during that time it tells you when you're ovulating and when your fertile week is. So we just tracked it that way, and then the rest is history. And I took a pregnancy test in April, about the second week in April, and then we were pregnant. Positive results. Everybody was excited. My husband and I were so excited to add to our family and to have a sibling for our older child now, Benjamin. So we're so excited. I'm gonna first talk about symptoms, and then I will go into some remedies that I use and remedies that I have looked and researched as well. I mean, there's so many symptoms during pregnancy, and every pregnancy is definitely different. So I'm just gonna go into some of the most notable, some of the most notable symptoms that I had, and not all of them, but just some of the most notable symptoms that I had. So the first symptom was nausea, and I didn't have any vomiting. I didn't have morning sickness or anything during the first trimester. I just had some nausea, just waking up smelling different things, or just eating something, just your stomach just feels off, like you're going to feel like you just feel sick kind of to your stomach, but I didn't actually do anything. I just felt just nauseous. The second symptom I felt was tender breast. Initially, because of the hormones that you're feeling and your body is going through these changes hormonally, that your breast starts to develop, start to go ahead and develop so that it can produce the milk when the baby comes. So my breasts were very tender as well. The third symptom that was stand out for me was the bloating and the gas. I was very, 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 very bloated. Just, usually, if you eat, you get a little bloated after, but I would be bloated just eating a piece of bread or a cracker or something. I would just get bloated, just my stomach would be out here. It looked like I'm already 5 months pregnant when I was only a month, or, 2 months pregnant. But the bloating and the gas, and it was just so discomforting that I couldn't really sleep or function. It was just so uncomfortable. Okay, the fourth symptoms that I had was severe fatigue. I say severe because it was to the point where I couldn't get out of the bed. I just felt like I did not want to move and get out of the bed. It was just, my energy was in the toilet. It was just so low, and I felt so useless, like I couldn't do anything. I would get up and try to fix breakfast for my toddler, because you gotta get up, he's gonna wake me up, and fix breakfast, get him some milk and all this stuff, and my energy would just be depleted after doing that. There was a couple of tasks. I would just want to go right back and get into bed. So it was not good. I wanted to work out as well, but that didn't happen first trimester because I was just so tired, and fatigued and just low energy, that I didn't really want to do anything, or my body just felt like it was just out of batteries. I don't know how to say, but my body just felt depleted. So the fifth symptom that I will talk about is the sex drive. I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's definitely a part of this process of your pregnancy process, because of all the hormones are going, you know, they are preparing for this life that your emotions and everything start to shift, and you start to feel one way or you start to feel another way. But you know, this is totally normal. And I would say for me as a married woman that I would like to just talk about it, because for me in the first trimester, because of my hormones being just because of the increase in hormones, because it's getting ready for preparing for the child, my sex drive just was like, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't think about me. That was my whole feeling. I just felt, you know, that it was just the hormones. It just felt as if I didn't want to do anything physical, okay? And not that, you know, without saying too much. Just want to make sure that your partner, whoever you're with, is very understanding. My husband is very understanding. He's went through this before, so he is an expert. He's the expert at it, so he knows and he understands. And so I'm so thankful for that he understands that during this process the hormones are so high or so low. It's just, you know, the hormones are leveling. You know, there's different levels to the hormones that, you know, you just don't feel like doing a lot of things. And it's not anything to take personal, it's just how you're feeling. And it's so, to me, it's so intense that I don't want to come off and offend him or anything. It's just, we talk about it and he understands. So I'm thankful. Okay, next we're going to talk about remedies to the 5 symptoms that I just explained. So that first symptom being nausea, vomiting. If you do vomit, I did not vomit. I did not have morning sickness. So I was okay. I would say, so I didn't do anything to remedy it. I just, you know, took it easy. If I was feeling a little nauseous, I just, you know, kind of stopped what I was doing for a minute to feel better. I was looking at different articles, and you can, you know, eat something bland like bread, rice, cereal, something like that, to just have something on your stomach, and nothing that will be very fragrant or very, you know, flavorful, so that it won't, you know, produce any or trigger any vomiting or nausea feeling. And then I also saw people wear the bracelet, the motion sickness bracelet, say that helps as well. Then for the tender breasts, what I did was, because in the first trimester they were so tender and so felt very heavy, I shall say that I just went and bought a bigger size sports bra and just put that on to help kind of relieve some of the, you know, pressure on them, or gravity pulling down on them, you know, and they're already sore, but just to kind of keep them nestled and comforted keep them nestled and comforted, so that it can decrease, you know, some of the tenderness. That's what I did. I also read that you can put a hot compress on or cold compress on, you know, to also relieve some of the tenderness that you're having. For the bloating and gas, my remedy was, and still is, I'm in my second trimester and I still use this. It's not as bad as it was last trimester, but gas pills, okay? Check with your doctor first, but I did get approved with my doctor before I started taking gas pills. But that really helped to relieve the discomfort and the gas that I felt, especially after eating. You know, like I said, I would eat a small meal or a big meal and I would just blow up. So that really helped me to get better sleep and not feel so full. Okay, so with the severe fatigue, I would say just rest. Listen to your body, especially in the first trimester, and especially if you are a first-time mom and everything is so new to your body and to you. I would say just take it easy. And it's definitely a different process, because, you know, when you're a first-time mom, like, what is going on with my body? And to me, it was so extreme. it was so extreme. Like the fatigue was way more extreme than it is now. I don't know if that my body's just used to it now, but I just felt way more fatigued than I did this time around, but still very fatigued. So I would just say rest, take breaks, and also just ask for help. That's what I did. If I didn't feel like getting out of bed, you know, as early to, you know, prepare a meal or something for our toddler, I just asked my husband, hey, can you just fix him something? I'll be in there, you know, give me a couple minutes or so. And then for the sex drive, just having an understanding partner, just talking about it. Please communicate, because that's so important during this process. Like I said, if you are having the baby for the first time, everything is new. You know, you're experiencing so many new things. So communicating those things to your partner, because they don't know how you're feeling. They can't, you know, really tell. So communicating that, and, you know, maybe giving them some articles. I have the What to Expect book, and it has the section for dads, and I think it does talk about the sex drive, so that they'll know, okay, you know, this is what's happening. My husband likes to read stuff and, you know, understand that way, because I'm not that good at explaining things, but I try my best. So, you know, giving him that book and letting him read that section, you know, really helped for him to understand, and, you know, there will be no problems in that area. That is my first pregnancy recap, the symptoms and some remedies. I hope that some of the things I said help and relate to you, and maybe encourage you as well, especially the first time moms. I've been through it. I feel like, you know, I have some experience now. I would say the difference between having this second child and the first child, you're way more experienced. Your body also just knows. You know, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because as soon as felt I was pregnant, my body's like, hey, okay, we've already been through this. And then so my belly, you know, my abdomen just went ahead and spread on its own. So I feel like it was already getting all loose. But then in the first pregnancy, it took kind of a while to stretch and all that. So my body's like, oh, we've been through this. We've already stretched. We're good. So my body is stretching. Yeah. So that's one of the things. But, you know, having that experience from the first pregnancy, knowing what to do now, knowing what to do better now, you know, with my eating and my dieting, trying to keep track of my weight, because the last time, like I said, it was so my hormones, just experiencing everything for the first time, it felt extreme. Everything was 10 10 10. My hunger was 10 10 10. I wanted to eat. When I wanted to eat, I wanted to eat. But now I know how, okay, I'm hungry, go and get a snack, not, you know, being ravenous or anything. But that first pregnancy, whew, it was a hot mess. And so just trying to make better choices now, especially with my health, because like I said before, first child did come earlier than we wanted him to. He came at 37 weeks, and that's because of the high blood pressure. So I just went to the doctor. Everything is going as expected right now, so we're on track. I'm loving that. Yeah. And then for the first pregnancy versus this pregnancy, and the symptoms, they're pretty much the same. You know, no morning sickness, thankfully. Sorry guys if you did have morning sickness. I hate having that feeling of bleh. But pregnancy is mostly it's going about the same way. Like I said, just more experience, knowing what to do, knowing what not to do, and how my body's feeling, is used to it, I'm used to it. So, you know, and then communicating. My husband's used to it, but still communicating, hey, you know, hey, I'm feeling the same, I'm, you know, all that good stuff. I would say the only difference with this pregnancy, I would say the only two differences with this pregnancy is that, you know, one, that my body's used to stretching. So like I said, it was stretching faster. I would say that. And then also my hair. Oh my goodness. My hair. It's just, I don't know if y'all can tell. It's not giving me life. Look at that. It's all limp. It's not as thick. With my first child, my hair was thick and gorgeous and all this stuff, and now it's just it's just so sad. I don't know what to do with it. You know, I tried to plump it up for the video, but it's just very sad. It's just not as thick. I feel like it's just, I don't know. I hope that it comes back after birth. We shall see. But it's not falling out. It's just the texture is off and the thickness is off. I don't know. But those are the two differences. I would say one more thing before I go is that I would recommend a pregnancy journal. I kept one for my first child, and this one is for the second child. I really like these because I like to write down a lot of things because, you know, I forget a lot of things, and I like to go back and read and look at the pictures because you can put different pictures in there, your ultrasound pictures, and just reminisce and remember those times because, you know, everything's gonna be happening so fast and you forget a lot of things, especially pregnancy brain. You forget a lot of things. So I like to write it down so I can capture what I was feeling, what I was doing, and all those things. I love this book. This one is by Pearhead. I bought it from Amazon. I'll put the link down below. Yeah, so I really recommend that if you would like to write something down and keep it for a later time. Well, that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope that it's either been encouraging or informative. Again, please talk to your doctor if you want to take anything or do anything outside of what they recommend, you know, just to make sure it's healthy and appropriate for you and your child. Thank you guys again for watching. Bye.